Hello guys, new video, new hair. I wanted to make a drastic change to my hair because I've had the same hair for so many years. I actually used to have bangs for I feel like the majority of high school, maybe not the majority, but a big chunk of high school. So we're going back. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this, but this is not real. This is just like hair extensions. I'm adding this part in, but yeah, just in case people are like, oh my god, you dyed your hair. This is not actually like my hair dyed. It's just a little extension I put. It looks real almost, but anyways. Let's get into this recap. So this time we're going to be recapping episodes 9, 10, and 11. I couldn't make just the 2 episodes. It's a little tough for me, but I'm making it for 3 episodes, and then my next video is going to be me recapping the final episode and just giving like my rating and stuff and my entire thoughts on the whole drama. So yes, let's start with episode 9. Where we last left off in episode 8, Ken and Bison are on good terms. They made up and everything and they're all good now. So it starts off with them. I think they're just like kind of joking around. There's nothing too much to say. Everything is good with them, which we like. And then it jumps to Fidel and Style. Like, they're still not good right now. They haven't really talked it out. Fidel's still pissed at Style for the whole situation. So they're riding in Fidel's Jeep, and there's like a scene where Style opens up the console or something and he sees a photo of Fidel's ex. I'm not sure if he put 2 and 2 together or he kind of knew that was his ex. I can't remember, but he sees a photo of him. Fidel is actually sleeping in the back seat, so he doesn't know. He's kind of looking at that, and then when he notices Fidel kind of wake up, he like quickly stuffs it back in. One of the most hilarious scenes out of this entire drama was this scene in episode 9. It was so funny. Like, I was dying. I was laughing my ass off. Style was kind of like complaining that he doesn't have any good clothes that's his style to wear. Like, I think he was wearing Fidel's clothes, and he was asking Fidel to like go out and get clothes that are his style because he was complaining, saying, when you kill me, like, I want to at least like look good and like wearing something that's my style. I want to look presentable on the news. The headlines are going to be like, handsome man with clear skin found dead in a crop top. I was actually like crying laughing. This is why Style is my favorite character. He's such a mood. He's so funny and he's so relatable. Because, you know, I feel like if I was, well, no, okay, I wouldn't be like that if I'm scared. Like, if I'm scared, I'm probably like barely gonna talk. I'm gonna be shitting myself, internally screaming. But like when it comes to when I'm nervous, I'll like joke around like that. So yeah, it's kind of relatable. Anyway, so Fidel gives in. He's like, fine, let's go stop off at this like clothing store. You can get your freaking crop top. So they go in there and they're like looking at clothes, and Style's like joking around like, oh, it feels like I'm shopping with my boyfriend. And Fidel's still annoyed at him, so he doesn't really joke around with him. But obviously that's not really Fidel anyways, to like joke around. But while they're shopping for clothes, someone comes in with a gun, and I think he tries shooting at Style and Fidel, and Style kind of like protects Fidel once the gun is shot, and then he gets shot in the arm. So there's that happening now. The masked person that tried to shoot them is that other guy. Why did I keep thinking he's like one of the brothers? I think I thought that because he's like another adopted son from that mother lady. Yeah, I forget his name at the moment, but that guy. They don't show that it's him, but it's him. Currently, Bison and Khan are still on that like island thing that is somehow related to Bison. I can't remember the relation because he knew some other guy that was there in the episode before this one, in episode 8 in the very end. Remember when Fidel looked up at the picture on the wall, and that's how he realized this is where Bison is, on that island. So they're heading straight to the island, and then they finally show up there, and right away they see both Bison and Khan there. From what I remember, I think they were really happy to see each other because they know they're all alive and everything. Fidel's like the only one unhappy at the moment, and also I believe he ends up like punching Khan. I think so. I can't remember if that's like right away, but I think that ends up being a little bit later. They realize that Style got shot, so they bring him inside to like help stitch him up, and Bison was the one stitching him up because he has done it before, so he knows what he's doing. So yeah, and Fidel is just so annoyed at Khan. Anytime Khan is around him, even if he's trying to help, he gets so annoyed at him. He's like, can you just leave or something like that? So yeah, he is just super unhappy with him because of everything that's went down. And then later, like when Bison is all stitched up, then Fidel like comes at Ken and like says he can't trust him and anything, and I think he was like pointing a gun at him like he's gonna kill him, and then Bison takes his gun and points it at Fidel, and Fidel's like, you're gonna point a gun at your own brother? But yeah, so it was looking bad, but I think they talked it out and everything, and with Bison's help, thankfully, he's calmed Fidel down. Okay, oh, and by the way, please ignore the mess on my desk. It's so messy. Oh my god. Anyways, next scene, well, I kind of am skipping a little bit ahead, but it's like with the mother lady. I keep calling her like mother lady because she's not really the mother of Style and Bison, but see, this video is going to be so long of me just fixing my bangs. I'm just not used to it, and like little strands will make me annoyed. But it like goes to a scene of her like reminiscing of when she adopted Bison and Fidel, I believe. But I think the other guy, I looked it up, his name's Keen. Keen was there, and she tells him to hire an assassin to kill Bison and Fidel. I can't remember what she found out about them, but oh my goodness, yikes. Then it goes back to the island where Bison and Fidel and Style and Ken are. Bison tells Style that Fidel is waiting for him on the beach, and he's like a little suspicious of that because like he just knows how unhappy Fidel is, so he goes there a little bit nervous, thinking he's gonna kill him or something. I believe Fidel was thinking Bison was gonna come, so he was kind of shocked that Style showed up. He's like, what are you doing here? Sorry, I just looked it up, I messed it up. It was Khan that actually told Fidel. Khan and Fidel were actually talking, and Khan was trying to tell him like Style actually loves you, which is true, like he's just telling the truth. Fidel isn't buying it. Then Khan just says, well, Bison is waiting for you at the beach. So that's what happened. Style gets to the beach, basically declaring his love for Fidel. It seems Fidel like doesn't totally give in, so Style starts like walking into the ocean like, okay, if you don't like give in, I'm gonna keep walking into the ocean. But he like keeps walking, and so then he runs in after him and like tries to stop him, and Fidel's like a little worried that if he goes any further, his infection that's on his side here, no, it was his arm that's on his arm, is gonna get infected in the water. So he's genuinely like worried about him. Style tries to like explain more and say like he never lied, he just like did his job and everything. I guess they kind of come to an understanding, and then they end up kissing, and it was super sweet. And then like Khan and Bison come, and they're like in the back thinking that's super cute. They're like us all. Khan and Bison are like cuddling later or something, and then Khan asks Bison to like give up his revenge on that Rurat guy because he doesn't want him to kill anyone, he doesn't want him to go in jail. But Bison says he needs his revenge, so I guess that kind of like worries Khan a little bit. With Style and Fidel, I think Style ends up asking Fidel about that photo he saw. The whole story with that is like, I think it had something to do with the mother, like she ended up killing him, I think so. Fidel has like a little flashback about his ex. They were really close and they were preparing to have a future together, and then one day he kind of just disappeared. Fidel always thought that maybe his ex never really loved him and always wanted to leave him, but this was his way of breaking up with him, just leaving, because he was actually like too scared to break up with him. That's kind of what Fidel always thought. Then the next day, I think this scene is like Ken is trying to get over his fear of water with Bison, and that's like a whole little thing there that's going on. They're playing like a game in the water, and then I think Style and Fidel join them. It was really cute. And then I believe the very ending scene in this episode was just the four of them all sitting on the beach by the water, just kind of wondering if they'll ever return to the island. But Fidel wants to deal with that Rurat guy, so he's saying like, oh, once we deal with him, then we can just do whatever we want. So it ends there. Honestly, this episode was more like relaxed than the last couple episodes. You know, this drama is like bumps like this, like a roller coaster, so we're not getting to the end of the worst of it. Basically, if you like seeing them be cuddly and cute together and so lovey-dovey, this is more the episode for you. Then for episode 10, I think I can't remember if it was at the end of episode 9 or the beginning of episode 10, but they decided when they get back, well, actually in this episode in the beginning, they are arriving back home. They decided that to protect Style and Khan, they will kind of stay away from them for a while they deal with Rurat, just so they know they're safe. And it's been really tough for them to be away from them. I had to look it up quickly, but and also I forgot the mother's name is Lily, so we're just gonna call her Lily now. Bison and Fidel ended up meeting with the Rurat guy. I don't know why I call it like that, because they always thought that he was the one that killed their parents, but it was actually Lily, their mother. So they are absolutely furious because she like adopted them and basically was their mother, but she just used them to be her personal assassins. So it's horrible. So they end up faking Rurat's death then they go back to Lily. They say their goodbyes to her and everything as they try and like resign. Keen is also there, and that's like when Fidel sees like his tattoo. Then he kind of remembers he saw a tattoo on the masked shooter at like the clothing store, so then now he knows it's him, so now he's super suspicious of him. So they leave, and then Lily ends up telling Keen to kill Bison and Fidel. Keen gets like super suspicious of that, and then it shows like scenes of basically like Ken missing Bison, talking to Babe about it. I think he also goes to the bowling alley just to like kind of reminisce on the times he spent with Ken, because that's like their favorite place at this point. And then he ends up seeing like in the back, kind of like he looks away and he kind of sees like Bison peeking, kind of looking at him. So then he kind of runs towards him because he wants to see him. At this point, Ken is asking Bison if he can help him. So I think Bison ends up saying, okay, fine, you can help. The same thing kind of happens with Fidel and Style. I swear they're doing things like together, but like not all together. It's like we four are ride or die. Style convinces Fidel to let him help him as well, and then the four of them agree that, okay, we're all gonna just do this mission together. This is the episode where they were like at the golf course, so Lily is there with her other ladies. She like has these handsome men there to like help the ladies and everything because they like the young handsome guys. Bison and Khan decide that Khan will go out to pretend to be one of those guys and help them. Lily isn't happy about it at first, that Ken is kind of like coming in, because she's kind of like suspicious about him. She sees that the lady that's there really likes him, so she's like, okay, fine. And then she lies and goes like, I handpicked him for you. And then so while they're doing that, Style and Fidel are following Keen around because they think he's like sneaking around with his boyfriend, and so like while he's eating, they're like kind of spying on him and everything, and then they end up following him into, or they don't follow him into the room, but they follow him because he goes towards a hotel room. Now they think that he's meeting up in secret with his boyfriend. Then they make Style pretend to be the room service person, knocks on the door, and the boyfriend answers, which is JJ. He answers, and he's like, oh, like, did you order room service? And he's said no. And so like the second that happens, Keen kind of knows what's going on, so like he ends up opening the door and points a gun at Style. And so I guess Fidel's kind of like forced to show himself. Keen like admitted to Fidel that he put a tracker on his Jeep. That's how he knew where he was at the clothing store, but Fidel already knew that. Oh yeah, I don't think Fidel actually has a gun here, sorry. Yeah, he doesn't have, there's only one gun. And Fidel tries telling him like, actually, like, Mother is the one that killed our parents. So he's kind of like sitting there looking a little disturbed, and then I guess that's when Style takes his chance and grabs the gun. So now Style has the gun, and then actually Keen knows that the mother, Lily, is the one that killed Fidel's ex. Now Fidel really knows the truth, and he's super upset because he's blamed himself this whole time. So now he ends up taking JJ, his boyfriend, hostage. That's what happens there. I think this is the scene where Kan and Bison were talking, and you know, like before in older episodes, Kan had gifted Bison, was it a necklace? Yeah, a necklace. And in the episode where like Bison went all batshit crazy and then he threw it in the ocean, I guess when Bison jumped in the ocean to save Kan, he ended up grabbing the necklace as well, but Kan never knew that. So Bison said, oh, will you put this on me? And then Kan's like, but I thought you threw it in the ocean. And it totally looked like the scene in the music video from Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again, where she was like, oh, but I thought the old lady dropped it in the ocean. Well, baby, I went and got it for you. It kind of reminded me of that. Well, someone made an edit of it on Tumblr. I saw it. I was laughing. It's so funny. It's like almost like an exact replica. And then they pretend like they're on the Titanic. It's so freaking cute. And then the ending scene in this episode was pretty much with Style and Fidel. Fidel was kind of just like mourning his ex because now that he knows the truth, and Style is comforting him. And because of that, he's worried now that Style may die because of him. Style assures him that he deserves love. That scene was just really sweet, and I think they kissed. Yeah, they kiss and hug, and it was really cute. So that was the ending of episode 10, right? That was episode 10. More information came out of this episode that we are now aware of, and it's starting to make more sense now, and it's kind of coming together. So the beginning of this episode is just like Keen had broke into Lily's office to like get any kind of information to give to Bison and Fidel so he can get his boyfriend back. They still don't really trust him, but they end up giving him back to him. Ken tries to stop the brothers from killing Lily because he has a different plan. He tries to bring Ruat to the police officer Chris guy, and he tries to make a deal with them, saying he gives Ruat to him as Bison and Fidel's cooperation, and in exchange they'll hand over Lily to the cops. I'm kind of fast forwarding a bit, but this is like at the birthday party of that one lady that was at the golf course. Lily had booked Kan to be one of those boys that are there for the ladies, or at least for this specific lady, because she really liked Kan, and then Kan also brought over Style, and she really likes that this handsome man brought his handsome friend with him, so she's just living the dream right now. While everyone's occupied, Kan goes to get them a drink, and then he ends up like drugging the drink. While he waits for that to like work, he ends up putting like on the TV, I think it was, like a video of Lily killing someone, and everyone is shocked and Lily's embarrassed and she runs to the bathroom. I think she then starts to not feel well, and then Bison and Fidel follow her to the bathroom to like confront her. Lily is like, oh, how could you point a gun at your mother? And she's like trying to like BS them basically, but they're not having it. They're like full on ready to kill her right then and there, but I believe Style and Kan come in to like stop them because they really don't want them to kill her. Then I think that's when the police officer Chris guy comes to arrest Bison and Fidel. I hate this because everything is going south now, and so he was literally about to arrest them like right then and there. I didn't mention it in this video, but earlier in this episode when Kan and Bison were at Babe's school, Kan from the corner of his eye saw the police officer Chris bribing a little kid, I think, and he took a video of him, so he has like video of him doing that. And Kan said, don't put them in jail for life, and if you do, I'm gonna release this video. So then he says, fine, I won't put them in for life, but I'll only put them in for 5 years if you don't release that video. Kan tried to negotiate again, saying, I won't let you do that. I can't have them in there for life. But then I believe Bison actually stops them, saying like, no, don't. I think we should serve our time. So, or like, just don't argue with him. And I was like, no, what if he could like actually gave in? I don't know, but probably not. So, but then I believe Kan actually negotiated to let them have the brothers for one more day, just another 24 hours, so they can spend their last few moments with them before they're gone. It's just sad because I hate it. Like, oh my god, like, yeah. I don't want them to be separated, but that's just how it is. He actually agrees to that, so that's that. For Style and Fidel, Fidel ends up sleeping over at Styles' house, and they wake up and eat breakfast with Styles' dad. You can see Styles' dad can tell that they love each other, and even jokes around saying like, oh, you guys should get married. Then Fidel like asks like, oh, give us 5 years. So for Bison and Kan, it's actually super cute. They went to this like space museum or something. They're in these like freaking blow up astronaut costumes, I want to call them. They're not costumes, just like these blow up astronaut outfits. It's so funny. They're like getting close and like almost kiss, and this kid like walks up and like is like, hey, like blah blah blah, let's says some random things. It's like it's so funny, like totally interrupts them when they're being all lovey-dovey, and then goes back to Style and Fidel. They're having like a paintball fight and everything. It's just a cute little montage of fun dates and little moments together before they're forced to be separated. I hate it. In another scene, Fidel brings Style to like this grave that he made for himself because he always thought no one would show up for like his funeral, or just like when he dies, like no one will care except for Bison. And obviously Style is a little offended by that, like, bro, I would care, like I'm your boyfriend, like why wouldn't I care? So he kind of like reassures him with that, but he makes Fidel promise that he won't die on him. This next scene made me actually cry. Like when I was watching it, I was literally tearing up. It's not even funny, like I'm laughing, but I was actually tearing up at this next scene. But with like the few hours they have remaining, Fidel cooks, well, I think he cooks with him, but he's trying to like cook Style a dinner, like the burgers he usually makes. They kind of like do it together. It's super cute. They sit down in the restaurant, like the burger restaurant, eat their dinner, and like I don't know, you can just tell Fidel is like so sad about everything, and he overthinks the situation. Like he's gonna be stuck in jail and he doesn't want Style to like be alone, and he said like, you can just move on while I'm in jail. But in reality, he's scared of being forgotten, and Style can kind of tell that. Style reassures him that he'll always be by his side and he'll always be there for him and he'll always wait for him. And then the last Bison and Kan cute moment, they're getting tattoos together. Kan asks Bison to tattoo him, and Bison's like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna do such a bad job. But Style's like, I don't care, even if it's bad, it'll be something to remember you by. And so he asks him to draw a penguin on him, and then Kun does a tattoo for Bison. He does a little puffin. It's really cute. So they're kind of like matching tattoos just to remember each other by. So pretty much the last scene is their 24 hours are up and the police officer cuffs Fidel and Bison, and it's just so sad. I literally hate it. Like, I was getting a little scared on how this drama is going to turn out. I don't have doubts it's going to be a bad ending. Like, I feel like for the most part GMMTV BLs usually have good endings. This one is a little different though, but I still do have high hopes that it's going to turn out okay. Like the last scene of Style and Kun crying together. Like, actually, I have to mention this, but First is the prettiest crier. Like, I'm not even joking. This might be like the weirdest compliment ever, but he looks really pretty when he cries. He just has a pretty face, okay? We'll see how it goes. I'm really excited for the last episode, to be honest. I'm like scared and excited. So yeah, I will do one last recap of episode 12 when that comes out. I'll give my final rating and everything, my whole entire thoughts of the whole drama. But yeah, that was it for this episode recap of episodes 9 to 11. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!